Alright, apologies for that, we are now back. I don't know how much of the qualification you saw. My PlayStation showed me I was streaming the entire time, but apparently the live stream shut off. We're back now, after some technical issues. And hopefully this time around the live stream will stay up. My PlayStation was still showing me as being live, but apparently the stream wasn't showing up on YouTube. Let's hope that this one works as intended. Yeah, we have 4.5 minutes to go in qualifying, so just in time for the final leg of qualifying here we can enjoy the action once again. Currently a Ferrari 1-2 followed by an Alfa Romeo from 3 and 4. So yeah, Italians must be very happy with this right now. Cuccio. Oh! Well, that's probably a blocking penalty for Sully. At first I thought he was trying to give him a slipstream, but no, he just didn't see him. Very unfortunate there for Cuccio to have his lap route like that. So he will not improve on this one, I'm pretty sure. He might try again next lap, he might go back to the pit lane, get fresh tires on. JM still dominant in the front there at 103.9. Nobody even getting close to it. The next fastest is Gabriel on a 4.238, and Gomert Cup very close behind that. Folds very close behind as well. They're all in the 104.2s. I'm now like terrified of the stream going down again. I keep checking my phone to see if it's still up. I mean, yeah, the guys let me know like 15 times that they pinged me quite a few times. But hopefully it will now work as it should. Kevin is doing another run here, currently down in 14th, so he definitely needs to try and improve on his previous best. He's down by 2.5 seconds in the first sector, so he's gonna have to try again next lap. I think I don't think he was trying in the first place, but probably it might be an auto or something like that without being shown. Weird. JM down by 89,000 in the first sector, so seemingly even he, another mistake in the turn 3. Yeah, and so seemingly even he can't get close to the lap he did previously. He's now slowing down as well. Well, I've got the Red Bull of Pocho, who is he pushing? No. Shawmu though, I think yes, Shawmu up by 2.5 tenths, currently in P12 on a 104.8. He definitely needs to try and improve by a lot here. And now going from the final corner, our championship leader. Where's he gonna end up? DRS open. How far up the grid can he go here? 104.514. Sully has crashed out. Or retired in the pits, not sure. I think he retired in the pits because I see a Mercedes moving on track and one in the pit lane, so the one in the pit lane must be Sully. Shawmu now to 7. JM hasn't started this lap. Nobody out of the top 5 started the lap so far. Potts is starting his lap now. He's in 8th at the minute. Very close margins here around the Red Bull ring. 104.541 for Potts at the moment. Teammate Marcus starting a lap. JM starting his lap now. Gomert Cup on his lap. Gomert Cup just ahead of the Red Bull of Potts. Hopefully he gets out of his way. And indeed, he's pulling out the inside line. Potcho getting a little slipstream from the Alfa Romeo, then taking good advantage of it. And now goes past him on the left hand side. Clipping the apex of turn 4. Looks like a good lap for Potcho so far. He's down in P9 as well. He needs to try and get upgrade, especially with Shawmu being in P8 as well. This could be a good chance for Potcho to make up some points. He's up by 2.5 tenths. A very good lap for Potcho so far. Can he just bring this over the line? 2 more corners to go. Turn 9 and 10, the most crucial corners of this track. The most difficult corners of this track. Track limits, so tricky. And you can see Potcho's leaving a bit of space on the table there. Not quite going all the way up to the white line. And if he goes over the line, a 104.187 into P2 for Potcho, but will he stay there? We've got PS Gabi pushing here. Is he up? No, he's not, down by 47 thousandths. Grommelchap on his lap now. Foles up by 13,000, but a slight mistake there coming off turn 4. Kippo on his lap now. JM trying again as well. Marco jumping into third with a 104.230. Gabri coming across the line here. Can he improve after being down in the middle sector? The Ferrari driver. He joins his teammate in the front row. 104.175 into P2. Marco slowing down here. Grommelchap. Foles coming across the final corner here. Over the line. 103.979. 4,000 behind JM. Just about missing out on top position there. But splitting the two Ferraris. Grommelchap and JM, I think, are the only ones. Kippo actually. Those are the front runners in the lap. Kippo up by 2 tenths. Grommelchap coming up to the second to last corner here. Really aggressive on the throttle. Oh, and so close to the apex. What a line from the final corner of Grommelchap. What a amazing final sector. In the end, only enough to gain 21,000 a second. Kippo has crashed actually. Kippo will not be improving. JM is down by 1.5 tenths, and I think that is it. Maybe Kucho's still going next to me. He's down in P13 right now, so probably won't be a contender for pole, but we'll see where he ends up. But the fight at the front seems to be mostly over. Kucho over the line, unless he can gain a massive amount. 104.538 into P12. And that's that. Qualifying is done. I'm told to increase my microphone volume. I'll try. I'm not sure if I can do that while the stream is on. If I just go into settings, maybe. I don't want to miss the quality results though. Wait, is this better? This should be better. Hopefully it's not too loud now, but yeah, I think I've turned it up a bit now. If it's too loud, just turn down the stream. But yeah, this was qualifying at the Red Bull Ring. It is JM on pole position, ahead of Foles. And there we go, 4,000 at the front between JM and Foles. Gabri following in third place, with Pocho and Marco right behind in 4th and 5th. Grommelchap in 6th, Kippo in 7th, Sully in 8th, Pinkler and Sopish in 9th, and Kevin in 10th. The whole top 10 split by only, well, 4 tenths and 74 thousandths. Sean Moore in 11th, Kucho in 12th, Ewek in 13th, Giotto in 14th, Mihai in 15th, and Marcelio serving the qualifying ban down in last position, of course. Just a tiny tad down, it's perfect, says Marcelio. Okay, I can do that for you. I'll move it down by like by 1 click. Okay, this should then be ideal, if what you're saying is correct. Okay, there we go. Now the volume should be perfect. Hopefully. If it isn't, I can always change it for the next stream. So yeah, drivers can now decide on the strategy. I was told as well, before the qualifying, which I mentioned on the stream that wasn't on YouTube, that there is a chance of rain at the end. I think Gabri said 35% after 45 minutes, something like that. Yeah, yeah, there we go. BS Gabri said it's 35% after 45 minutes, which means there's a slight chance of rain right at the end. So hopefully that rain will either, well, depending on what the drivers prefer for the strategies for them, they will either want it to just not come or come at the end. There we go. The 5 headlights are on. The drivers are ready for the race start. Here we go. The 5 headlights are out. And JM getting away pretty well there, but Foles on the inside line down to turn 1. Can he take the lead here? Yes, he can. Foles taking the lead, and JM going very wide there coming out of turn 1. But now coming back at Foles for a terrible accident out of turn 1. Why is everybody going so slowly? I don't know what's going on. Foles leading on the inside line down to turn 3. 2 Red Bulls alongside there on the inside. Pocho getting past by Marcos up into P3. Now Foles is taking the lead. JM trying to come back at him with a slipstream here. Down towards turn 4. He's going to have a look around the outside line. Falls covering the inside. Can JM hang it all the way around the outside? No, he doesn't try. So the first two cars now settled in. Falls followed by JM, followed by Marco, Poggio, Gabi, Kippo and Pinky side by side through turn 6 there. And Kippo comes out ahead. So, oh, and the car's off there! That's Kucho! Giotto's off the race. Mihai, Kucho and Giotto off at turn 4 and 5. 6 and 7, sorry. And that's a virtual safety car? No safety car? What's going on? A virtual safety car has been deployed. And BS Gabi, I think, just disconnected. I'll invite him back as quickly as I can. Hopefully then we can get back in before the VSC stops. He's currently in P5. He will drop down significantly. Neither Kucho nor Mihai in the pit lane, so... Did they not get damaged from that incident? Oh no, Mihai is no front wing. Why isn't he pitting? Mihai, what are you doing? Your front wing is entirely gone. Why are you still not on track? Why haven't you made a pit stop? Interesting strategy call by the Alpine. I can only guess he's understeered past the pit lane. Oh! Both Falls and JM with drive-through penalties! The two race leaders, and now JM is in the wall! JM's out! JM has crashed just after getting a drive-through penalty! After such a strong qualifying on pole position, JM out the race! And Falls in the race lead, about to serve a drive-through penalty! Virtual safety car has been deployed, and it will be a Red Bull 1-2 at the Red Bull ring! Red Bull are in heaven right now! Helmut Marko! He is absolutely loving this. Gabi's now back in. He's dropped down behind Kippo. The second VSC has saved him kind of. He's only dropped down one place here. Could have been a lot worse for him. Falls of course now can't serve a drive through under VSC, I think. He has to wait. You can't serve under a full safety car. I assume it's the same for a VSC. Mihai is now in the pit lane of course to change that front wing. So yeah, once this VSC goes back in, Falls will have to serve that drive-through penalty. He has 3 laps to do it. DS enabled, we're back on the green flags, no more drive-throughs this time around, thankfully. And yeah, this will mean we'll have a Red Bull 1-2 with Grommet Cup in third. 2 seconds behind is Pinky. So these 3 will be on their own. And, well, the question is, I mean, both Red Bulls are in the title fight. Are they gonna battle each other? Or are they gonna work together to secure the 1-2? What is the play here for Red Bull? And there isn't many points separating them either. I think it's like 2 points between Poggio and Marco. I wrote down the standings, I'll get them up. I had them in my notes, I just need to find them. Yeah, Poggio on 77, Marco on 74, so 3 points separating those two. Yeah, both have pretty equal chance of winning the championship here, so I don't think there'll be any favoritism. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens here, if Red Bull work together or if they battle against each other. Grommet Cup, of course, will be hoping for the latter. He sees a chance here, if there's a Red Bull Civil War, that he can pick up a race win. Gotten now, of course, after the DNF, very unfortunate to DNF on the first lap. I'm not sure what happened in the incident, whose fault it was, I didn't really see much of it, I just saw 3 cars going off. I can only assume they try to go 3 wide to turn 6, which can never go well. So Marco now, after the drive-through by Falls, up into the lead. Falls coming out in P13, so if you ignore Mihai, who made the pit stop onto a, yeah, with the wing change, he is down in effectively last place. A very nice camera shot there from the helicopter view, seeing these 3 cars following each other. Marco almost getting Poggio outside DRS range there. I'll actually open up the tire graphic. I haven't done that so far, just completely forgot about it. We don't need this. There we go. So yeah, we see mostly mediums, soft for Kevin and Marcelio, and then hards for Kucho, Ewak and Sean Moore. Of course, Mia at the pit stop onto hards. Not sure what he started on. But yeah, Poggio now getting closer to Marco once again. You see the DRS train so effective on this track. 3 DRS zones. So once the DRS is open, it's so difficult to get someone outside DRS range. You gain so much time on these straights, so even if you're slower, you'll be able to easily stick with someone. And of course that's gonna be an issue for Marco here in the race lead. I'm sure, I mean at the very least I'm pretty sure that these guys are gonna start dive bombing or anything crazy like that. Gabi moving past Sean Moore there on the outside line, going through turn 4, but Sean Moore actually coming back at him. And moving back up into P8, but they have now dropped outside DRS for Sully. And I mean, for Red Bull right now, this is lovely. The other title contenders are in P6, 7 and 8, and they are in 1-2. This is exactly what they needed. Of course, also great for the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull are 20 points behind Mercedes. So with them being in 1-2, Mercedes being in 6 and 7, well, make that 5 and 6 as Pinkel and Solton had a spin at the final corner. And he stopped down to P10. Mia is now off the race. And we've got a safety car. Safety car has been deployed on lap 6 of the Austrian Grand Prix, with Mihai crashing at turn 4. And this will throw everything upside down. What do you do on strategy now? I mean, if you're on soft, surely a pit stop. Also very unfortunate if you have to double stack them. Sonny and Pocho. Ewek. Anybody else who will have to double stack? I think everybody else should be fine. Yeah, Sully, Pocho and Ewek. Those guys are gonna lose places here through double stacking. Pocho might come out behind Comrade Cup still, but Sully... Oh, the gap to Sean Moon is pretty big actually. But then Ewek is gonna drop behind Pinky, Cucho, Marcelio. Yeah, Ewek is gonna drop down. Or maybe even behind Foltz. This is very, very unfortunate for those guys who are stuck behind the teammates right now. Of course, the question is, does anybody stay out or does anybody pit out of the safety car? I think pitting is the obvious choice. But then I see Marco. Not pitting. Same for Pocho, same for Gromit. Kippo coming in. Kevin coming in. Sonny staying out. Sean Moore staying out. Gabi staying out. Ewek staying out. Pinky staying out. Kuchu staying out. Marcelio coming in. I thought there would be a lot more pit stops. Only 3 people in the pit lane here. Only the soft runners and Foltz. Kippo, sorry. They're onto Hards, which might make it to the end. 29 laps. Well, won't be great to drive by the end, but should be doable. Marcelli onto mediums actually. So he's doing a 2-stop for sure. I don't think mediums can last 29 laps. Be very surprised if they can. So, I mean, they're now done in 11, 12 and 13, but fresh tires is such a major advantage. I'm interested to see how this develops, if this is the right call. But, yeah, very surprising. Normally under a safety car in this game, you see everybody pitting, because fresh tires are just so much faster. What you never want to happen is, like, you're the only one staying out. Because then you will just get eaten up by every single car. And like once you've been passed by one, you're offline, and the cars just keep sending it up the inside, you know? It just keep coming, and you drop back so quickly, it can really ruin your race. And then like once you're at the back, your tires are slower, you drop a second lap or something like that. Just no coming back from that. But in this scenario, I mean, this might not be terrible. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it will take a while for Kippo, Kevin and Marcelio to actually move past everyone and get back to where they were before. See if they can get through the entire train here. Work their way towards the front. Of course, I think Kippo was running in 4th or 5th, somewhere around that area before the pit stop. Not entirely sure. But, yeah, normally you would be seeing everyone pitting. It's just interesting that this time around is completely opposite. Nobody in the pit lane. Of course, there was rain forecast in qualifying, and the forecast in qualifying is not 100% accurate. There is a good chance that the rain will come earlier or later, or not at all. Right, I can see the incident happen between Giotto, Sean Moore and no, sorry. Well. Oh wow! Oh my god! Giotto on his screen, Giotto teleported in between 2 other cars who were going side by side. I mean, normally you'd see other cars teleporting on your screen, but not yourself. What a Codemasters. Yeah, very unfortunate for those guys to have their race ruined by such a stupid glitch, but Well, safety cars coming in this lap. We'll focus our attention on the action once again. Marco will conduct the restart here. Hasn't gone just yet. Still hasn't gone. So we go at the final corner. I think now he's going. Yes, Marco. Restarting the race here in Portugal with a good reaction. Going with about 6 tenths behind. Not as good of a reaction. Yellow flags in sector 3. Kevin and Marcello have crashed. What happened here? Marcello with wing damage in the pit lane. And gets a 3-second time penalty from multiple warnings. What happened between Kevin and Marcello? Did they crash into each other? As Sean Moore now makes a move on Sully around the outside, down towards turn 3 on the outside line. Moves ahead of him, but Sully coming back through the corner on the exit now. I think Sean Moore with a slightly better exit has cleared the Mercedes and moved up into 4th place. Sully trying to come back at him, using the slipstream, using overtake mode. Has a little look, but he can't actually send it on him. Is stuck behind him in P5. A bit of a slide there against well on the exit of turn 4, it seemed like. Meanwhile, the front 3 haven't moved at all. Marco, Pocho, Grommet. Sean Moore now up in the 4th. Good news for him in the title fight. Making up good ground. He's on the hards as well, so these, I'm not sure if the mediums, they shouldn't be having too much wear by now. So, Sean Moore definitely still has a good chance of moving further up in the field as the race goes on. As he then pits onto mediums while everybody else pits onto hards. At least I think it'll be a medium hard. I'm not sure if softs are viable around Austria. I haven't done a lot of races around here to know that. Sully now trying to attack Schaumul once again, coming back at him. Same for him on the outside line, but he actually switches to the inside. And he just can't find the way around him. Meanwhile, oh, it's a car spinning! Ewek! Ewek is round at turn 3. Flick spins the car. Pinky as well in the runoff zone there. What happened to him? With front wing damage. Sully on the inside line into turn 4. Tries to get past the Williams. Can he do it on the exit? Yes, he can. Schaumul with a little wiggle. Costing position. Kippo moving past Foltz, who goes off into the gravel trap. Foltz rejoining in P10. Just ahead of Kevin, who now flies past him as well. So Kippo already doing well in the restart here now, right behind Kucho. He can't be stuck behind you for long. He needs to make use of those fresh tires while they're still fresh. Is he gonna send it up the inside into here? Surely not. Yes, he is! Kucho leaves him the space and Kippo, sorry, pulls it off. I mean, the only reason he pulled that off is because Kucho let him. If Kucho had just turned in like he was very much entitled to do, that would have been a monumental accident. Well, user crash mentality is paying off this time, but it's certainly a risky strategy. And I think Kucho's gonna try and come back at him. Yes, he is, despite the fact that he's on older tires. I think Kucho might be a bit annoyed here at Kippo, and I think he has every right to be. Diaz open by Kippo now, trying to get back at the Aston Martin. He needs to get past here. Kucho covering the inside line, and yes, indeed, he's defending hard here, forcing Kippo to the outside line. Kippo does go right around the outside, though, making use of those fresh tires. And securing himself into P7, and this time around, hopefully for him, for real. He's gonna start chasing after Gabriel. Yellow flags for Marcello? What? Kevin trying to get past Foltz here, who is moving really slowly in the middle sector. No idea what's going on here. Outside line for Kevin, down towards the second to last corner. Foltz moving back ahead. Kucho has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Kevin still looking to find the way around Foltz. Up to down towards turn 1 on the inside line. Foltz moving to the outside, and Kevin moves ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Foltz not coming back at him despite the fact that he has no DRS. On the outside line, the Alfa Romeo down towards turn 3. Can he get back past the Mercedes? Schaumul and Kippo battling for P6 there. So Kippo's already caught up to that train up ahead of him. Foltz now with DRS once again attacking Kevin. What a battle this is for P9. And Kevin has to settle for P10 for now at least, but he's gonna surely come back again later on with how much these guys are battling. They're losing quite a bit of time to Kucho up ahead. But I suppose once you have a 6-second gap, you don't really care about losing all that much time anymore. can see Kevin has to be so careful from the corners here to not just rear end falls as he can, this is the major tire advantage in Kevin's favor. Marcello in the pits once again. Did he pick up wing damage? That will explain the yellow flags still for him, and he's now been lapped by both Red Bulls and Grommet Cup as well, with Sully not far behind. Pocho, why he doesn't have DRS? Why does Marco have DRS? Did he swap places? I must have missed that. Sorry. Kippo on the back of Grabby now. Is he gonna send it into turn 3? Yes, he is, on the brakes. Gets it stopped in time. Very nice move by Kippo. And moves up into 5th. His flight in the field here going really well. Next car ahead is Sully, and then a 2.8 second gap to the leading group of Grommet, Puccio and Marco. Puccio moving past Sharmu, who sends it back up the inside. Contact made! And Puccio has been sent almost into a spin. He did catch it. Sharmu moves back past him. Controversial move, I would call it. Kevin and Foles still in place here for P9. What a battle is this going on here. There's so many battles all throughout the field. Foles has crazy understeer there through turn 6. He must have damage, surely. Puccio moving back past Shamul. Down towards turn 9. Weird place in overtake. Keep an eye on the front as well. These three still running away at the front. 2.5 seconds to Sully, who's under pressure from Kippo, and Kippo surely is not going to want to wait behind any longer than necessary here. You can see the damage light on Kippo's car. Or what does that mean? The red, like, repair symbol. Does he have front wing damage? He's going to go up the inside of Sully down towards turn 4, and he moves past the Mercedes well with ease for the McLaren. Of course, the fresh tires, a major advantage in his favor right now. Foles and Kevin once again side by side through turn 4, wheel banging there. And on the exit, Kevin into the gravel just a tiny bit there. And Foles moves past the Mercedes. A monumental battle going on here. Meanwhile, Shamul, does he have wing damage? He seems to have quite a bit of understeer as well. Yellow flags for Kevin! And that puts an end to that battle. He rejoins in P10 right end of EWAC. Not sure if Foles and Kevin's battle ended here, so if Foles made a mistake. Marcello, meanwhile, he's been lapped by the entire field now. He's down to P13. Pocho moving past Marco. And didn't seem like Marco put up much of a fight, so I think the Red Bulls are indeed just working together here. They're seemingly very happy to secure the 1-2. But as we get closer to the end of the race, will one of them try and just battle a bit harder, secure that race win for himself? We'll see. I mean, I guess it makes sense with how easy it is to overtake. The usual strategy in league racing tends to be to just wait behind up until the last lap and then make your move. So why not work together to secure being in 1-2 position for for the entire race, and then only on the last laps when the 1-2 is secured, then you start battling amongst each other. Maybe that is what they're going for. As Marco makes his pit stop after 14 laps on the mediums, probably onto hards. Definitely too early for softs. So he's going to try and undercut Grommet Cup and Pocho here. And Kippo meanwhile at 1.8 behind Grommet Cup. He is close to the DRS range by now. Sully in as well, same for Foles. Marco is going to come out in P7. I think should be out of Kevin by the time he gets out of turn 1 there. Can see Kevin going past his teammate though. And indeed Marco has got clean air. Sully and EWAC don't though. Sully is gonna Sully's gonna come out right behind EWAC. Foles will have clean air, but he will be down in last place. Well, 12th, sorry. Marcello is still in the race, just a lap down. So Sully's stuck behind the Williams of EWAC. He needs to try and get past him, but the tires are still cold for now. He's using overtake, he's using the DRS, using 16, wants to get past him. Grommet Cup just took the lead. Pocho's in the gravel! Pocho's off! Pocho's made a major mistake! And he's dropped down to P4 behind Gabri. Meanwhile, Sully has moved past EWAC. Grommet now into the pit lane from the lead of the race. And he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding! Grommet! What are you doing? So he slowed down enough as well. Did he not activate the limiter? Onto the hards for him. Grommet! You've thrown the way, you idiot! Gabriel and Pocho in the pits as well. Now Pocho, very unfortunate, they're from the lead. Over a second away. And he will now be far behind his teammate Marco. Marco coming out 1.7 seconds in front of Domit. Marco all on his own on the front now. Pocho has dropped down to P10. He's behind Gabri and Sully. As Ewek goes for the move on Gabri. Gabri's in the send it up the inside, though he's a tire advantage. He should be able to move past the Williams. Bit of content on the exit. But Gabri's in DRS. Now ahead of the Williams as well. Has this one secured. So yeah, Kippo now takes the race lead. On 10 lap old hards. We'll see if he tries to go to the end or if he makes another pit stop in this race. But yeah, Marco is now, well, if assuming Kippo pits, he's an effective P1 because Shawmul and Kucho definitely have to pit. They haven't pitted this so far. Slowly coming up behind his teammate here, 1 second behind them. I don't think he'll put up much of a fight, certainly on much better tires. You would think that there will be some team orders to at least, not to let him go at least, but to just not defend hard. At least that's what I would guess here. So Celio picks up a 3-second time penalty. So he's not using overtake. But towards turn 3, he's alongside his teammate, brakes late. And Kevin, I think, just let him go there. Yeah, I think Kevin broke early on purpose, let Sully up ahead. And Sully has moved up into P6. 3 seconds behind Dominic Cup, who has a 5-second time penalty, of course, after the speeding penalty. Let me just quickly check the stream, just to make sure that... because right now the drivers couldn't tell me if something went wrong anyway. Nope, the stream is still live. Okay, good. It would be very annoying if I streamed like half the race and just... yeah. Marco's already closing the gap to Shawmul and Kuchmal down to 3 seconds here. On his way to a potential race win if he just keeps this gap behind, if he just keeps it clean to the end. Marco's in a very good spot right now. As Shawmul moves past Kucho for P2. Kucho might try and come back at him. Of course now with the 3-second time penalty, he would have to build a 3-second gap towards the end of the race here. He's gonna send it up the inside into turn 4. The Aston Martin and the Williams side by side through turn 4. And on the exit, I think Kucho with the better exit has pulled ahead of Shawmul. They're still side by side down towards turn 6. And Shawmul on the inside line with the advantage. Kucho has to back out. Doesn't try to switch back either. That's Shawmul secured in place, but Marco is flying towards these guys so quickly now. He will not have DRS this lap, but I think end of lap 20 he should be within DRS range of these guys if they keep battling like this. Oh, it looks like Shawmul is in the pit lane. Shawmul going for the undercut on Kucho here. And this now leaves Kucho vulnerable with no DRS advantage to use. Marco will now just probably fly past him. As we go through turn 1, you can see how much time Marco's just gained through turn 1. And now, yeah, very easily, it's gonna fly past Kucho on the straight here. And takes P2 in the race, 8 seconds to Kippo. Does Marco have enough time left in this race to catch Kippo if Kippo stays out until the end? Or if Kippo doesn't stay out until the end, will Kippo then have enough time to catch back up to Marco, being on fresh tires? Very interesting strategy opportunities at play here. I mean, so far, Kevin and Kippo were the ones who pinned under the first safety car. Celio as well, but Celio, of course, had a few incidents. He's out of the race, essentially. He's a full lap down everyone. At least I think he is. Let's check. Gap to leader. Oh no, he isn't. He unlapped himself. Or maybe when the pit stop happened, he unlapped himself. That makes sense. Gabri and Pocho stuck behind Kevin here. They're gonna try and get past soon. Of course, Pocho, this is great news. He's caught back up to Gabri after his mistake. And he's gonna try and go for the move into turn 1 here using overtake. 3 wide into turn 1. East is gonna end well. Pocho on the inside, Gabri in the middle, Kevin on the outside. Pocho moves ahead of both of them. Kevin all the way over the sausage trap on the exit. And he's been passed by both. They have all gone out cleanly, although I think they've certainly lost some time there. Especially Kevin. But all 3 cars still within the race, no damage. Sean Mooney made his pit stop as well last lap. I missed that completely, I think. And he's come out. Oh no, sorry, I commented not making the undercut. He's in P9 now. 4.8 seconds behind Kevin. On a tyre advantage now. Can he catch back up to Gabriel and Pocho? Those are the cars he's battling, I would say. Comrade Cup is catching up to Kucho here. Kucho on the old hards, Comrade Cup on the fresh ones. Needs to try and get past the Aston Martin as soon as possible. Kucho on 20 lap old hards. Has he pitted? Or is he, He hasn't. Okay. So Kucho definitely says to pit. He's just doing a very long hard stint. Might just go to softs. And now Comrade Cup's gonna fly past him here rather easily. Meanwhile, the gap at the front, down to 5 seconds already. Marco's gained 3 seconds since I last had a look at that gap. Gabri barely able to stay in the DRS range to Pocho. The gap between Pocho and Sully is 6 seconds. That one mistake that Pocho made has really cost him. Well, he was within a contention for a race win and he's completely thrown away. He's now gonna have to try and limit the damage. Right now he would be well, if you take out Kucho and Kippo, he'd be P4. And I'll put a question mark behind Kippo since he might try and go to the end. And he's got a lot of EAS in the car as well. He might be setting up for a monumental defense against Marco. 3-second time penalty for Kucho, the second one of his race. And he still hasn't pitted. He has 14 laps to go, and he still has just not made a pit stop. Is he, like, hoping for a safety car? What is he doing? Surely you'd have to pit at some point. I mean, he's completely ignored Shawmu's undercut. Gabi is closing up the Pocho a little bit once again. 4 tenths between them. And Gabi might have the chance to retake P6 in this race. If he wants to. If he wants to burn some EAS, he should be able to. Maybe even without it. Just a DS advantage will be enough, I think. As they come down towards turn 3, Gabi on the inside line, Pocho braking early. Bit of DRS games there, I think. I think Pocho braked early on purpose to make sure he gets the DRS down towards turn 4, and it's worked out brilliantly. He moves back out of Gabri, who burns the overtake to try and get alongside the rapper once again, but he's just not close. Is he going to send it? Yes, he is on the brakes! Contact made! Gabri sent him to a half spin. Thankfully for Pocho, he can still keep going as normal, but Gabri is now dropped outside DRS range. Yeah, I would say just not the smartest move from Gabri to like half send it on the brakes. Kippo with a time penalty! Our race leader has picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And well, that is all but sealed his chance of a race win. Marco's over in 6 seconds, he has a tyre advantage. Surely Kippo cannot build 3 seconds of a gap again in this race. Even a penalty as well now. Sully on the outside of Kucho down towards turn 1. Can he move past the Aston Martin? There's still side by side out of the corner, but now Sully I think has the DRS once again. Yes, he does, and he takes P4 in this race. Down towards turn 3. Kucho has settled for 5th. Pocho 6 seconds behind and gaining rapidly. As Kucho goes off to turn 3 again as well. Shamu moving past Gabri and Kevin there. And Gabri picking up a time penalty in the process. Just went a bit wide on the exit of turn 3 I think there. And Shamu up into 7th. 4 seconds behind Pocho with 12 laps to go. Does he have enough time to catch up to the Red Bull driver? Shamu has limited damage to his championship ambitions here. Currently in P7, you would have been hoping for more, I think. As Foles and Pinky battle for P10, the final points paying position. Grommet Cup picking up another time pen, he's now up to 8 seconds. Was looking so good for Grommet Cup for so long. Oh, Pinky is sent Foles into a spin. He's made contact with the Alfa Romeo going through turn 7 and sent him around. Pinky secures P10 that way. And Foles dropping down to P11. Well, if he, let's do this right now. Grommet is at 4.1, 8 seconds, he'd end up behind Kucho right now, but Kucho first has to make a pit stop and has penalties as well. So he'd end up behind Sully, and Pocho isn't far outside the range as well. He's 2 seconds away from Grommet's penalty range. Meanwhile, Marco's almost in DRS into Kippo. We might see a pass for the race lead soon here. Kucho coming up behind Ewok as well, the lap car. That might play a factor here, might give him DRS. Falls in the pit lane onto fresh softs. And I think Kippo is pitting! Yes! Kippo into the pit lane and releasing Marco into the lead of the race. And Kippo's now gonna drop a full pit stop behind. Marco almost caught up. Surely on the softs now for Kippo to go to the end, 10 laps to go. But where will he come out? How many places can he recover after the pit stop? Onto mediums actually, not softs. Maybe he didn't have fresh softs left. But then he surely would have pitted earlier. Or he was trying to go to the end and realized he couldn't make it. Coming out behind Stormo, behind Gabi, behind Kevin maybe? I think he'll be ahead of Kevin in P8. Yes. P8 for Kippo. With a 3-second time penalty on fresh tires now. He's gonna start chasing after Gabi. Yellow flags in Sector 2 for Sully! What has Sully done? Wait! Sully's lost his front wing! What happened to Sully? Has he crashed? What has happened to Sully? He's got no front wing at all anymore. And he's not gonna... Yeah, Pocho of course flying past him up into P4. Has Sully just crashed on his own? He wasn't close to anybody, was he? How unfortunate for Sully. A real knock for his title ambitions. He's gonna go to the pit of course here. And drop back, well, behind Pinky probably down towards P10. And there we go, Shamble up to P5. And Sully taking out the 80 kph board there as well, the pit entry onto softs. And he will be behind Pinky. Faults shouldn't be anywhere close to him though. Pocho on the back of Kucho now, 1.5 seconds separating the two of them. Kucho he hasn't pitted. He's been on these tires since the start of the race. We're on lap 27 and he hasn't made a pit stop. And the longer I see him staying out, the more I think Kippo should have tried the same. I mean, if Kucho can do 26 laps on these hards, why couldn't Kippo do 29 to go to the end? Kippo now on the back of Sean Moore. He's already gotten past Gabri. And he's probably gonna have to wait until the DRS straights here. This is not a good spot for an overtake, especially because Sean Moore would just re-overtake him on the DRS straights. Although he might try actually. He's gonna burn ERS down towards the second to last corner. He's up the inside. And he will get past Sean Moore here, I think, on the inside. Yes, Sean Moore not gonna try and hang around the outside. But now on the DRS straight, I mean, Sean Moore has a good chance to fight back here. So that wasn't a smart from Kippo, I think. If Sean Moore wants to, he certainly could. I don't think it'll bother though, because he's on old tires, battling Kippo to lose both of time. Pocho doesn't have the ERS on Kucho somehow. I don't know how he didn't get the ERS. But he should have it down towards turn 4, and that should then be his ticket onto the podium on this race. Surely, DRS over for Pocho. Can he fly past the Aston Martin? Yes, he can. Up into P3, back onto the podium. 9.4 seconds behind Global Cup. And if he gets within 8 seconds, he will still get P2 in this race. Can he do it? 1.4 seconds to gain in 8 laps. He needs to hope that Marco can keep coming out of the ERS, I think. If Marco can keep coming out of the ERS, that will help his teammate a lot. Because if Gromert gets the ERS to be carried along by Marco, then it will be very difficult for Pocho. Of course, there is the opportunity for Marco to slow Glomert Cup down. Because, I mean, if Glomert Cup manages to pass Marco, it doesn't matter. He's not going to build an 8-second gap. So it might be worth Marco just slowing down a bit if Pocho can't do it on his own. And yeah, just blocking Glomert Cup a little bit. Getting into a battle with him, making him lose some time, but then again, would they gain the time back of the DRS? Marcelli now the 3-second time penalty, I think his second one of the race. Kucho still out on track here, and in 20 lap old hards, he does know he has to make a pit stop, right? Like by the regulations, he can't go to the end. He's so slow on the exit off turn 4 here, and Kippo is gonna fly past him. I mean, Kippo isn't even far from Pocho now, he's 2 seconds behind him, on much fresher mediums. Kippo might even still get P3 in this race, but then the question is, can he build a 3-second gap to Pocho in the remaining laps of this race? He's certainly gonna try, I think. 1.3 seconds, but I think by the end of next lap, or by the end of this lap, he will be within DRS range to Pocho. Are they gonna run out of time though? Is Kippo gonna be within penalty range of Grommet Cup by the end? Is Kippo gonna be able to build a decent gap to Pocho? The fight for the podium place is still very much on between Grommet, Pocho and Kippo here. As Sharmul moves past Kucho for P5. Of course, Sharmul as well with no penalties. He is still within range of Kippo, but I think he will drop out rather soon. And Kucho now, I mean, 29 lap old hearts. Yellow flags for Sully out of turn 1, I think. Not sure what happened there. He didn't lose places, he didn't have damage I didn't see, so might have just been a half spin or something like that. Pocho actually seems to be dropping back from Grommet. He doesn't seem to have the same pace that the Alfa Romeo does. So maybe the play for Pocho here is to let Kippo go and hang into his DRS and like let himself be carried along by the McLaren and use the DRS to get closer to Grommet Cup in these last few laps. 5 laps to go now. On lap 31 out of 36. And Kippo is well within DRS range to Pocho. DRS open now. Can Kippo already make the move down towards turn 3? Does he have enough straight line speed to move past Red Bull? Doesn't seem like it. Yellow flags for Marcelio there in the middle sector. But he has gotten going again. I don't see any signs of rain as well so far. There was some reports of it maybe coming down late in the race. Kippo now up the inside of Pocho and up into 3rd place. On track at least. But now he needs to build a physical gap to Pocho to actually secure that podium. And Pocho is going to try his absolute best to hang on to DRS for as long as possible here, to stay with McLaren. Try his best to stay with him. Hope that those mediums drop off a little bit. But them being completely fresh doesn't last too long, but you can see Kippo is able to go so much faster through these high-speed corners. And Pocho has to push really hard to hang on to here. Kucho now for another penalty. Still hasn't made a pit stop. I mean, surely, you have to. You have to at some point. He's just throwing points away at this point. I mean, you could have pitted like 15 laps ago and you would have gone to the end. Pocho has hung on to DRS range for at least 1 lap. And Kippo was gaining like crazy on Grommet Cup as well. Grommet Cup trying to get into the DRS range of Marco. He's 1.1 behind. Pocho going a bit deep through turn 3, not ideal for him. And I think this will be the final DRS stage for him. He's almost off DRS range, he's burning overtake, he's trying to stay as close as possible to that McLaren. Can he hang on to DRS for 1 more lap? He's 6 tenths behind. Is Kippo gonna try and push a bit more to get him outside of it? Gap to Grommet Cup 7.9 between Kippo and Grommet there. Kippo needs to be within 5 seconds, I think, 5 seconds. And Kippo has now got a Pocho outside 3 seconds. Kippo doing a really good job there on those fresh mediums. He's got Pocho outside DRS range, and now he needs to gain a few more. Well, 2.7 seconds more in this race to secure P3, and then a P2 is possible as well if he gets within 5 seconds of Grommet Cup. Pinky now with another time penalty, he's running in P9, he's now on 6 seconds. No, 3, that was his first penalty, sorry. Kucho still hasn't bitten 32 lap old hearts, and he's now under big pressure from BS Gabi in the Ferrari here. And he's going really deep through turn 1 as well. You can see him struggling on those tires. A major oversteer on the exit. And Gabi flies past the Aston Martin. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up a puncture yet. I mean, 32 laps on hards. What are you doing? Why aren't you pitting? It's too late for safety car now anyway. He goes really deep through turn 3. Rejoins. Got yellow flags for Marcelio, who is off into the gravel after turn 8. Pocho has dropped back 1.6 behind Kippo. Does Kippo have enough time left to build that 3-second gap? Yellow flags for Marcelio again, who's crashed at the final corner. He's on lap 31 here, I think. Yeah, lap 34. I think now it's too late for a safety car. So now it will be green flags to the end, no matter what. And that is great news if you're Marco. He only has to survive 3 more laps in this race. 3 more times, 10 corners. 30 more corners to go. Well, by now make it 27, as he's already passed turn 3 here. Pocho 1.5 behind Kippo. I think Kippo's tires are starting to show a little bit of wear here. Of course, the massive advantage of having completely fresh tires will not last forever. He's not going to be within 5 seconds of Gromit Cup at this rate. 6.6 with 3 laps to go. 1.6 to Pocho. This could be really close between Gromit, Kippo and Pocho here for P2 and 3 and 4. Shormul sitting there in P5, and I think he'll be, yeah, safe in P5. 7.5 seconds behind Pocho. 3 seconds to Gabriel as a penalty. Kucho still has not made a pit stop at this point. Oh, he's in the puncture! Kucho's picked up a puncture on the front right tire. I talked about how has he not picked up a puncture, yet he has now. And he's gonna have to try and crawl him back to the pit lane. Hopefully, Pinky and Kevin can move past him here. Yes, they can as Kucho goes off into gravel. Crazy unders here there, of course, on the front right tire puncture. Hopefully he can get a stop for the pit exit, pit entry, sorry. No, he can't. Surely, he's just Marcellian low tire in the pit lane. Kucho. Oh, rain! Rain has come down! Right at the end, we've got some rain here. Four's picking up the time penalty. Right at the end, lap 35 out of 36. Is this why Kucho never pitted? Is this what he's doing? Is he going into inters? Yes, intermediate tires for Kucho, but I don't think we'll have enough rain for intermediates. I mean, we were almost in the last lap now. Marco is coming to the final 2 corners of the second to last lap. The rains come down right at the end. This might be, well, I mean, drivers have to be really careful now. They don't want to throw it all away right at the end. 1 more lap to go for Marco here. He just needs to bring it to the line. Meanwhile, Kippo, 5. Oh, he's almost within range to Gromit Cup. He's almost done it. And they're both so low on ERS. Pocho still hanging on. 2 to the 3 seconds of Kippo. 1 more lap to go. Who's gonna end up in P2, 3 and 4 here? Gromit Cup, Kippo and Pocho so close together. I think right now it's Pocho, Kippo, Gromit Cup. Meanwhile, Marco on his way to a sensational race here. A great drive from him. The only one out of the top the front runners who have kept it completely clean, has not made any kind of mistake. Gromit Cup picking up the 5-second penalty in the pits. Pocho with the spin. But Marco has kept it completely clean. And as he goes through the final lap here, you can see him being very careful there. Doesn't want to throw it away in the rain here. That would be the most heartbreaking thing for him now. But as he goes to the final corner, has he brought it over the line? Has he done enough here? Well, he definitely has, but can he hold on to it? The rain coming down heavily now, but Marco across the line wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Gromit Cup coming across the line in 2nd place, but has he done enough to secure himself there? Was Kippo close enough? No, Kippo misses out, and Pocho over the line. Pocho jumps to P2. It's a Red Bull 1-2 on the Red Bull ring. Gromit Cup in 3rd, Kippo in 4th. Shormul coming home in 5th there. Losing quite a few points to Marco and Pocho in the title fight. Gabriel in 6th. Pinky ending up in 7th. Sully with another spin on the last lap, dropping behind Foltz. Yeah, there we go. Pinky over the line in 7th. Kevin in 8th. Foltz will be in 9th. And then Sully in 10th place. Not a great race from Mercedes, guys. I think they've just lost the lead in the Constructors' Championship. And they've also lost quite a few points in the Drivers' Championship that they're both in still in contention for. Shormul should still be the leader after this race, and I think Marco and Pocho have closed in quite a bit as we go into the final 2 races of this season. Kucho over the line in 11th, and Ewek coming home in 12th position. Marcello, Mihai, JM, and Giorgio having DNF'd, and that has been the Austrian Grand Prix. And once again, what a race here in Division 2. And now imagine if we had like 2 or 3 more laps in the rain coming down right at the end. That would have been amazing. That would have been the one thing I would have hoped for. Shormul gets the driver of the day by the game. But here we have them. Your podium, Marco, the race winner tonight with his teammate Pocho in 2nd place. A 1-2 for Red Bull at the home Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring. The perfect race. As I said earlier, Helmut Marko, he is in love right now with this race. Christian Horner is gonna be partying all night. And Gromit Cup as well, on his return. Of course, in the penalties, he's missed out on a P2. Lost his chance in race 1 as well. But a very solid P3 that I think he'll be very delighted with. And there we have it. The full race results. I already did a run one of them, so I won't do it again. But here we have them confirmed. Marco Darko taking home the full 25 points, falls in the fast lap in 9th place, getting the bonus point. And now we only have 2 more races to go in this season to decide who will bring home the championship. Sean Moore still in the lead, but Marco, especially Marco, has gained a good amount of points today. 15 points on him, he's now 24 behind. Pocho has gained 8, he's now 28 behind. Sully has lost 9, he's now 31 behind, and Kevin has lost 6, he's now 29 behind. So Sean Moore still with a good lead there, but certainly not safe as we go into the final 2 races next week around Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian Grand Prix, and then following that, the last place in the season, Abu Dhabi. Definitely tune in for those. If those races go anything like the rest of the season, you don't want to miss them, and you definitely don't want to miss this title by title battle all the way to the end. And yeah, I can also recommend watching Division 1 on Saturday. The title fight going on there as well between myself and Kart Racer. The race will be at 6:30 PM UK, the Austrian Grand Prix there as well. And hopefully that title battle will go down to the wire just as well as this one has. Hope you'll be tuning in for that. Hope you enjoyed today's stream as well. The esports division coming back this weekend as well for the American Grand Prix, originally planned to be Las Vegas. However, due to the fact that nobody likes Las Vegas, we have replaced it with Kota. So on the Circuit of the Americas, we'll be racing in the esports division this Saturday at 3 PM UK as well. I'll be commentating on that, and then Division 1 should be commentated hopefully by either Sully or Gabri or both. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to those streams, those races. I hope you are as well. I hope you enjoyed today's stream, and I hope to be seeing you again on Saturday for esports division, Division 1, and next week for Division 2. Goodbye.